Welcome to Noir fashion. Take a breath and let softness redefine what elegance means to you. In the heart of a Parisian winter, where the light is low and the air carries a quiet hush, true elegance isn't about volume, it's about intention. These 10 Chanel-inspired winter looks are built on the gentlest color harmonies that whisper old money, the kind of refinement that doesn't need to announce itself. Tweed meets cashmere, camel kisses ivory, black surrenders to charcoal. Every pairing chosen because it flatters the skin, lengthens the silhouette, and leaves a lingering impression of effortless wealth. This isn't fast fashion shouting for attention. This is the quiet luxury of a woman who knows her worth and dresses only to remind herself of it. Today, we walk together through 10 timeless winter outfits that feel like heirlooms in the making, soft, deliberate, and undeniably feminine. Let's begin. You step into the quiet morning cafe, the one with the marble tables and the scent of roasted chestnuts. The barista looks up twice, not because you're loud, but because you glow. A tailored camel wool coat falls just past the knee, its silhouette clean yet forgiving, skimming the body like it was born to be there. Beneath it, an ivory cashmere turtleneck breathes against your skin, so fine it catches the winter light and turns it into warmth. High-waisted cream trousers in fluid wool complete the line, elongating without effort. They assume the coat is vintage Chanel. Only you know the harmony of camel and ivory is the real heirloom. This is quiet confidence that lingers long after you've left the room, the kind that says wealth without a single logo. Texture does the talking. The subtle sheen of cashmere against matte wool, the gentle drape that moves like water. On every skin tone, camel reads as expensive warmth, ivory lifts and brightens. Together, they create a silhouette that feels both protected and radiant, the soft armor of a Parisienne who owns her mornings. You're walking along the Seine at dusk, collar turned up, hands tucked into the pockets of a charcoal tweed jacket, Chanel-shaped, but yours alone. Underneath, a crème silk blouse catches the street lamps and turns them into moonlight on skin. Wide-legged charcoal trousers in brushed will balance the softness above, creating an hourglass without trying. People think simple, then they notice the way the fabrics play. The tweed's gentle nubby texture against the liquid fall of silk, the way crème warms the coolness of charcoal into something almost tender. This combination flatters every complexion because charcoal is the most forgiving gray and crème is the gentlest light. The silhouette is long, intentional, quietly commanding, the kind of elegance that makes strangers assume you summer in Deauville. It's the refinement of restraint, the glow that comes from choosing depth over decoration. You feel held, not hidden, expensive, not flashy. This is how a modern Parisienne wears winter, like a love letter written in whispers. You arrive at the gallery opening 5 minutes late, on purpose. A black cashmere coat, slightly oversized, falls in perfect lines over a matching black turtleneck and tailored cigarette trousers. But this black isn't flat. It's the deepest midnight, the kind that drinks light and gives back mystery. At the neck, a thin gold chain catches what little light exists and turns it into quiet fire. Texture is everything. The coat's brushed cashmere against the sleek knit beneath, creating subtle shifts that read as luxury from across the room. They think basic black, until they're close enough to feel the softness and realize it costs more to look this understated. On warm skin tones, this black reads as dramatic elegance, on cool tones, as pure sophistication. The silhouette is razor-sharp yet forgiving, elongated, feminine, powerful. This is the outfit that makes people lower their voices when you enter. It's not armor, it's grace in its most refined form. Sunday morning, you're reading in the window of your favorite bookstore, legs crossed, completely unaware of the light pouring over you. An ivory-wool blazer, softly structured, almost boyfriend but nipped at the waist, rests over a dove-gray cashmere sweater so fine it feels like breath. Cream wool trousers continue the pale story downward, creating one uninterrupted line of serenity. The harmony is almost monochromatic, but never cold. Ivory brings warmth, pale gray brings depth. Texture dances, the blazer's subtle weave against the cloud-like sweater, the gentle drape of trousers that move when you do. People assume you spent a fortune. Only you know it's the balance that costs nothing, yet looks priceless. This combination flatters every skin tone by staying in the same luminous family. It lifts, it softens. It makes you look like you were born expensive. The silhouette is relaxed elegance personified. Long, lean, quietly feminine. This is quiet luxury that feels like poetry written on skin. You're at dinner with friends who haven't seen you in months. They notice the change immediately. A deep burgundy wool coat, the color of aged Bordeaux, drapes over a charcoal turtleneck and matching trousers. The burgundy isn't loud. It's the hushed version, the one that reads as black until the light hits and reveals its depth. Paired with charcoal, it becomes impossibly refined, warm yet restrained, rich yet quiet. The coat's cocoon silhouette balances the slim line beneath, creating softness without volume. Texture tells the story. Thick Melton wool against fine merino, matte against subtle sheen. On every skin tone, this burgundy brings life without overwhelming. Charcoal grounds it into sophistication. People think heirloom. They think old money. They think Paris in December. You feel held by color that understands restraint is the ultimate luxury. This is how you wear intensity when you want to be remembered gently. You're walking to the office through frost-kissed streets, breath visible, cheeks flushed. A navy cashmere coat, double-breasted, perfectly tailored, falls over winter-white wide-leg trousers and a matching cream turtleneck. Navy this deep is almost black, but softer. Winter white this pure is almost ivory, but brighter. Together, they create the cleanest, most expensive contrast in existence. The coat's structured shoulders balance the fluid movement of trousers, resulting in a silhouette that is both powerful and feminine. Texture is deliberate. The coat's dense weave against the trousers' airy wool, the turtleneck's gentle hug. This combination makes every complexion look expensive because navy brings depth and white brings light. Strangers assume private school, trust funds, weekends in Gushtad. You know it's just intention dressed in harmony. This is quiet luxury that commands rooms without ever raising its voice. Late afternoon light, golden hour in the city. You're wearing camel not as neutral, but as warmth personified. A long camel coat over black cashmere everything, turtleneck, straight-leg trousers, the quiet click of low boots. The contrast is classic Chanel, but softer, more lived in. Camel brings sunlight to winter. Black brings structure to softness. The coat's belt gently cinches, creating an hourglass that feels effortless. Texture sings, thick camel hair against sleek black knit, creating depth that photographs like wealth. This pairing flatters because camel warms the face, black lengthens the body. People see old money immediately, the kind that doesn't need logos because the proportions speak for themselves. You feel wrapped in timelessness, in the kind of elegance your grandmother would recognize and your daughter will inherit. This is romance written in color and cut. You're at the holiday market, breath fogging, holding warm vin chad. A forest green wool coat, deep, muted, expensive, falls over ecru cashmere and matching wide trousers. Most would choose black. You chose depth. Forest green, this refined reads as vintage Chanel from the 80s, but newer, softer. Ecru lifts it into daylight, preventing heaviness. The silhouette is long and languid, the coat slightly oversized, the trousers pooling just enough. Texture is everything, nubby boucle-inspired wool against buttery cashmere. This combination makes olive and warm skin tones glow, makes cool tones look mysteriously expensive. People assume country houses and cashmere archives. You know it's just color chosen with reverence. This is quiet luxury that feels like walking through an evergreen forest wearing clouds. You're having lunch at the brasserie you've loved since university. A powder pink wool coat, the color of antique roses, rests over charcoal trousers and a matching charcoal turtleneck. Most fear pink in winter. You were the version that grew up. This pink isn't candy. It's the blush on a Parisienne's cheek after red wine and cold air. Paired with charcoal, it becomes impossibly chic, soft yet serious. The coat's cocoon shape balances the slim line beneath, creating femininity without fragility. Texture tells the truth. Thick wool against fine knit, matte against subtle sheen. On every skin tone, this pink brings life. Charcoal brings gravitas. People think bespoke, think couture, think quiet wealth. You feel like the woman who owns her softness without apology. This is how elegance flirts. New Year's Eve, but you're home with the people who matter. You've changed into cream, head-to-toe cashmere, the sweater slightly oversized, the trousers perfectly draped. At your neck and wrists, old gold glints quietly, heirlooms or very good imitations. This isn't monochrome, it's luminescence. Cream this pure reflects candlelight back onto skin, making everyone look like they belong in a painting. The silhouette is relaxed luxury, soft volumes that still somehow elongate. Texture is the luxury. Cashmere's so fine it feels like wearing warmth itself. Gold isn't jewelry here, it's punctuation. People assume generational wealth because only quiet money dresses this gently for celebration. You feel held by color that celebrates without shouting. This is the final whisper of winter elegance, the realization that the softest things are often the most powerful. These are your 10 stunning Chanel-inspired winter outfits that scream old money Parisian. Which pairing speaks to you most? Comment below, save this video, and subscribe to Alicia Style for more timeless inspiration every day.